Good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 here, coming to you at, I'm a few minutes late tonight, but hey, who's counting tonight? We got nothing to do for days, and who knows? But good to see everybody tonight. All this breaking news in the state of Florida, we're facing our second storm in less than 2 weeks, and boy, are we all over the place, scattered and doing all kinds of stuff. So changes by the moment and everything else. And yes, no, this is chilling with the Dadmans. I do hope the missus can join us, but missus is a little bit indisposed for the moment, but hopefully she can join us at some point tonight. Been a busy night here, working here at Mom's, and she had stuff to do at the house, and I got more stuff to take over tomorrow. So, and then sealed back our back door with a few water bags, a few sandbags, and a tarp to keep the water out of our back door because we don't have gutters. So hey, yeah, it's a long story. So, excuse me. No, excuse me a second. Yeah, we don't have gutters. Never had gutters on the house. Never needed them. We used to have a back awning on the back house. And the missus just joined me. I'll let her talk about it. But we actually had a nice back awning, metal was nice for many years. Had a cabinet where we put TVs out there so I could grill and excuse me, watch some football, things like that. And then we kind of abandoned that. And then Hurricane Irma in 2017 decided to take the back awning off. Well, what it did was it saved us labor because the missus wanted it gone anyway. But it took it off. Did not hit the gas vent on the roof as it took the thing off. But my metal roof held really solid, held well. It did not go an inch. But hey, really, 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 really good. The missus got get rid of that. We didn't have to pay people to take it down, and we did have to chase it down the road in the wind in Hurricane Irma. It was starting to roll, but there's nothing worse than hearing metal hitting all night in the dark. And hey, we'll talk a little bit about things. Let me say hello to the chat a little bit, and we can talk about some of our shared experience. And hey, here he is himself, the great, the one, the only, the bear of all bears, Snortopoopas Cuber. Howdy, sir. Good to see you tonight. And Emiliana, hello. Good to see you too. Oh, well, I'm up in Northeast Florida, and what train? I'm always late to things. Who knows? Wade, hey, how are you today? How are you today? Good to see Wade. Yeah, and Snortopoopas. Actually, if anybody's got thoughts, prayers, concerns, y'all send them for Snortopoopas and people down in that part. They're closer to ground zero than we are. So, yes, absolutely. So, thoughts and prayers for everybody down there. The roads are jammed, all kinds of stuff. Fuel supplies out. Walmart's probably empty. All kinds of things like that. But yet, hey, if you're Floridian, if you've been around to a number of storms, you know, it's like the old voting saying, vote early, vote often. Well, when your hurricane's coming, buy a TP and food early and often. But yeah, all right. Yeah, I am actually okay. Actually, if you're in Orlando, then you are really closer to the action. So, than what we are up here. So, oh, yay. There you go. Hey, the ATM. Yay, there you go. That's one thing too. They say cash is king, especially if power's out. Yeah, you'll be able to transact business with cash, and that actually happened to us once about with Hurricane Irma. Waffle House actually closed here for Hurricane Irma, but when it reopened, it was cash only for a bit. But then again, if you know the history of the Waffle House, it was probably the last of the cash only major restaurants. Only a few years ago did the Waffle House start to take credit cards. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm tired of all the Marvel crap. Fortnite now under Disney's like, we need to get something original. Get back to the real game. And a Gap After Dark. How are you tonight? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And yeah, we'll be safe. I just our 11 o'clock update. They're even backing the effects for us up here in Northeast Florida. So it's as long as it changes. The only problem is you don't give up too early because these things are subject to of a mind of their own and do things that are not predictable. So it's we're just probably going to just get some wind and a little bit of rain. The rivers will get surge once it passes, but hey, knock on wood, we keep it safe. But hey, like I said, there's a lot of people that are going to get hit with something very, very seriously. Exactly, very, very seriously. So in Putin's Cat, hey, they buried the lines in a lot of the new developments. Some of our older neighborhoods they can't. But I tell you what, with where the storm's going to go in, I don't care you bury the lines or not, especially with the storm surge, it's all going to be devastating where it goes in. But hey, Max Headroom, my God, Max Headroom. Max Redstone, hurricanes blow. That they do. All right. The sandbags in your store, yeah, I understand that. They said in the morning or at lunch tomorrow, I've got to throw some sand, to cover up our back door. We're going to run a tarp to it. Got some buckets back there, some big trash cans we drilled holes in. But what happened, as I mentioned back in 2017 with Hurricane Irma, we lost that back awning and it took it off. And fortunately, Mrs. Sister-in-law and husband lived around the corner back then, and they came over and helped us repair the damage. Unscrew the metal screws into the metal roof. Like I said, that metal roof did not budge at all. Fortunately, we just lost a little bit. Not even the soffits. It was just the facing. The facing, not even the soffits. That facing got ripped out. The metal got ripped out. Even the little shield thing that was between the roof and the awning stayed on the roof. It was just one of those wonderful things. But like I said, horrible to hear metal banging all night. That was the thing, crazy. So Atwood, how are you doing? Hey, yes. So exactly, and thank you, definitely, David. Dave is not well. Let me see Dave is on the edge because they shifted. The last thing that I saw was a shift south, and that's why you always have to keep looking at things like that because it's always going. I'm not sure with where he is now. He may be out of it by now. I got to bring up the 11 o'clock map. So I know, but he's not in the country now anyway. He booked it out a day early to get to Ireland. He was not going to let a hurricane stop him from getting to Ireland. Yeah, Dave is probably right on the edge of the northern edge of the cone, either in or just out. So he's on the edge of the cone, but that's the thing is you can't track. Just look at the cone and the center line either because the effects of all these storms go so far north, south of it. And this storm is supposed to grow and actually bring a lot more weather all around to a lot of people. So north and south, I think what it's looking like for us, it is actually going far enough south to really minimize our effects. But hey, we'll take it. But hey, we have to pray and be ready for the other people that are going to get a lot worse from that. So yes, exactly. Evacuations are always crazy. And Stormpool said Milton is playing with us now. Latest update shifted track a little south. We're still too close to escape the effects. Yeah. And what I learned today, Snortopoopus, you know how normally they always tell us how the summer hurricanes, the worst, the dirty side is the north and the east. They're saying because it's October that I think the southern part of the storm is worse. I've learned something new that I need to ask from more experienced people as to why or even the Northwest might have the heaviest winds this time. I'm like at a loss. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew a lot about hurricanes, but this one is one that tells me I got a lot more learning to do. And I think a lot of people do because these models have been all over the place. Like Snortopoopus said, the storm's been playing with a lot of people. You couldn't get which way is it going? I've never seen a storm. It's been a long time since I've seen a storm where even the professionals are like not sure or confident with where they're going, because they always warn you to don't keep an eye on just that center line, because the effects go out and around it. But this one, they really have not been confident in the forecast, and I don't know that there's still some people still have some different opinions. But hey, at the end of the day, always turn to the professionals, the experts, the National Hurricane Center, and your local your National Weather Center offices, and listen to your local Mets and your emergency agency people, because if they tell you to do something, you do it. Follow the instructions of those officials. So, hey, and Atwood, I think I said hi. Hey, what's up? I can't believe you're not watching Chucky tonight, dude. But hey, welcome. Good to see you tonight. Yes, exactly. I've seen one picture at least where Walmart is very empty. You know, we actually had to go to Walmart ourselves tonight, but we went for a shower rod. And Mrs. got in and out really quickly, surprisingly. So, hey. Buddy Hepburn, howdy. How are you tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, no, Snorter Poopas is okay, except for the fact he wants to swim over to the windbag and kick it and danglies. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, man. Looks like you picked the wrong week to come down to for vacation. LOL. Oh, Buddy Hepburn. Well, that's true. Metal all night is not good unless it's less. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Make sure you're not driving it on the phone. Be safe at all times. But, yeah, traffic, you do not go down on the roads right now out there, because it's I-75 is the parking lot. 19 is the parking lot. All kinds of roads down there are really inundated, and of course, there's reports of not necessarily. I actually heard it said they're not short on gas. It's just substations run low at times, and it all depends on when the deliveries come in. And they've accelerated deliveries and everything else. One of the bigger things is that they have with it is that there's still a lot of the debris from the last storm that's there. That's been a point of contention a little bit, and the state has gone out to bring more trucks in to try to accelerate getting a lot of the big debris. You got drywall, old furniture, all kinds of stuff that's still out on the street. So yeah. See, you see the storm ahead of the hurricane. I thought it was another one for me in front of Milton, but they said just a huge storm for it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There was another spot that they thought was going to develop. It didn't. It's now on the East Coast out in the Atlantic, and they've got it as a yellow spot. But then there was this other blob right in front of Milton. It's like, what the heck is that thing? But anyway, so, but yeah, let's see. Putin's cat, that is exactly what I think. I agree. There is something in Florida. What is the friggin' middle of the night? 2004 with the 2 and a 5-year-old. Every friggin' storm, except those moved at like 8 miles an hour, so it was like a 48-hour event. This one's actually supposed to be a lot faster forward speed, but still. But yeah, we had friends over near Madison or Perry, Florida, where the Helene made landfall. And they said, because it was in a 4, it was 3-4. They ended up right near the eye wall. My friend, they're tough individualists, rugged hunters and stuff. She said she'd never ride it out again, especially watching the terror in the kids' eyes. It was like just too loud. So But yeah, that was the first thing she said. Why in the middle of the night? This thing was supposed to come through in the day. Yesterday, tomorrow, whatever. Now it's backed up tonight. Although for us, I think the worst that we're supposed to get comes in the next morning, on Thursday morning to noon. So I'm thinking in our case it may be daylight, but either way, let's just get it done over. So yeah, it did. It started as Tropical Depression 11 over in the Pacific, crossed over Mexico, sat in the Bay of Campeche for days. And then there was a battle whether it would develop or this other spot close to the Yucatan, and this one actually won out. And that's the thing is, I turned it super quick. Well, remember though, it did not lose all of its structure. Even when it started as having a structure in the Pacific, made it over into the Bay of Campeche. So it kind of had a head start in a way. And when it sat over those hot waters, it didn't take much to get it going. So, so how that goes. All right. So what show? Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. The missus in touch with me real quick. Let me see. She sent me a message. I need to see what's up with there. So what show? What I must have missed the show up there, but hey, anyway. So, hey, that's nice. Star Wars, yay! We always like safe. So, close to a new movie. Okay, I got you, Atwood. Yeah, Chucky's like a bad penny. Always turns up like Indiana Jones's little line. So, yeah, what show are you talking about, Atwood? I missed that up there. So, let's get this in. So, all right. So let's see where we go. Yeah, I'm what it is. No, Atwood, that's tricky. Middle of the night, theoretically, yeah, but if you start having metal hitting around and your roof or you have damage, you ain't going to sleep through it. Yeah, you ain't going to sleep through it. So, yes, exactly. Putin said, yeah, yeah. When you have damage and other things happen, you ain't going to sleep through it. Yeah, it's not typical. It has happened before, but not too often. But yeah, this one actually survived the. A lot of times they'll go, but then they'll die out over land. So, you mean Chucky is got his show? Wow. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. So there we go. Let's see. Hey, yeah, 110 plus mile an hour starts howling. Exactly. There's nothing like you hearing that howling wind through your windows, even if you have good windows. So hey, good to have a portable power station on hand. Yes, but hey, one of the things that's really made public this week is if you go back and watch the governor's briefings every day. Atwood, I just got to say this for you because you and your stupid little battery cars in Fortnite. They warn people about making sure your battery cars are like away from your house or kept up away from where surge can't hit it because there's salt water does not like the batteries in these cars and it can start fires. I remember hearing that a few years ago with Ian down in the southwest Florida and towards Fort Myers. So hey, Atwood, you do like the car. You have a repressed feelings of love for that car because you had to put it in Fortnite. The only way in Fortnite I would take it is if you put a good machine gun on top of it. So, but yeah. Oh my goodness! But yeah, that was interesting to see what salt water does to some of those battery cars. Those batteries. They do not mix. Also, they warn people about the golf carts. Anything with batteries, stuff like that. Not keeping it in your garage. Of course, there's other things they say. Don't put your generators in your house and all kinds of stuff. So it's make sure you're trained and you've read all those safety rules and know how to properly use your equipment. That's one of the reasons why I don't have a generator because I don't trust myself to the mechanics of it all, and I'd rather just consider it camping for a few days, like I told the missus. Yeah, and I'm cheap. But I said, hey, it's just we got an indoor camping trip. Of course, at about day 3, 4, 5 of no AC in Florida, you can. Although this time of year, it's not bad. It's actually relatively cool out there. But try August with 2 and 5-year-olds that want to crawl on you. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. Don't use stuff if you don't know how to use it. Yeah, yeah. Especially, they a lot of things they do. Like I said, I'm not even gonna get into it because there's a lot of technical stuff I don't know. But make sure you're trained and professional. You have it properly because I know that fire departments warn people about power and you know make sure you know what you're doing with the stuff. Don't just get a generator just because you do. And gas can safety can be something too. So, but we so hopefully, well, it seems like by Thursday noon it'll be over. Uh, we're hoping for our friends down south that they come through it pretty good and safe. But it's going to be. Oh, hey, Simply Steve's here. Hey. A few days it turns into weeks or months without power, then you might. Yeah, I know, but hey, it's there. I know there are places that would love it now, but then again, those same places have been so wrecked. Yeah, you almost have to have your own underground gas supply because in some of those areas. But yeah, exactly. But hey, I'd rather just take my chances of without the power, but hey, you're right. Solar power, that's an option. There's more of that in Florida now. So actually, they managed to survive some of the hurricanes that have come through. Big solar farms right near the I-75, I-10 area. So, but this storm is really kind of weird coming in from the angle it is. It's like I said, 1921 is the last time Tampa had a direct hit. From that angle, of course, the last of the largest one, I believe, was in the 1800s. So this is definitely an odd storm because usually they form near the Yucatan and come up and go through South Florida. But that's like people said, with those fronts, this time of year with cold fronts coming down, that's going to control the steering. And so pretty much you got a bullseye on Florida in October because, so many people figure Florida, hurricanes July, August, September. Well, really, the experienced Florida meteorologists look at October because if it forms in the Gulf, it's going to come this way. So many more times than other times of the year, because it's cold fronts. And folks, that's the science of it, which I hate the science. I just like to look at the maps and make my opinions based on the radars and what we see and tradition and experience. But this has been a frustrating storm. I think everybody in Florida is going to be great when we want. A lot of people just want it over because it's been almost like a month of waiting between the Helene and then this one, and just get it over with. But hey, and we don't take it lightly because we know a lot of people are going to suffer soon coming up because we hope that it has a miraculous dispensation and just falls apart. But we shall see how the things work out. But like I said, though, do send your positive thoughts and vibes and everything to people that you know that are down there. Let's see with this tonight. Some of the other great hurricane stories I've had is when we've had damage, it's actually been kind of we've been blessed. I will say we lost roof shingles when we had a tile roof and stuff like that at times, but no big leaks and stuff like that. But we also, the underground gas lines in our neighborhood got taken out by Hurricane Matthew, which never made landfall but sat in the Atlantic. But it caused it had so much wind, and we were on the western side for that one. But it tore out the underground pipes for the gas lines, so they. Being so old in our old neighborhood, they decided to where they're going to shut the gas lines off and basically put everybody on tanks, which was kind of good for us. So, and Mrs. actually got a new stove right after that. So it was a good one. The question is, though, how long will our back fence survive? Yes, we are patching and prodding that thing up to keep it up because we don't want to put a new fence up. We want the next back door neighbors too. We don't need them. We don't have kids out there. So we got so many holes in that fence. Half of it, we put a sheet of plywood up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. We also got the shed that will not fall. The shed will not fall apart. We just saw after the last storm, it dumped a lot of water in it. It's got to go down now because it's really not even holding the rainwater out now. But it was like we were cleaning out the shed, and it's like there's water here, there's water there, in the totes. So it spurred the action to throw a lot of stuff to the curb that we needed to throw out. So. And hey, Beefermo, good to see you. Hope to see you soon, coming up very, very quickly. I do need to message you, though, soon. Get with me in the next few days. So, yeah. Hey, no, I don't know. This should be done. Our range should be done Thursday, Friday. So, exactly. And with this track, you should be okay with where you're going. You should be okay the way things are. Just, yeah. So if we were further south, it'd be a lot tougher, because of traffic and gas. So, let's see, what else I have? Yeah, what's so funny, though, is with Hurricane Irma, what took down the shed was also, it was a downburst. It was like, I don't know, one of the biggest problems with hurricanes in Florida is tornadoes. We don't get a lot of tornadoes in our state, by the way, and usually when we do, they're the smaller tornadoes compared to like Alabama, Missouri, the Midwest. Those are not type of tornadoes we get. Well, but we do get downbursts in some of these thunderstorms. And what happened was that something happened to Irma. It bent our back fence. It snapped the 4x4 poles at the ground, but it broke backwards over themselves. So the whole fence for about a 15-foot part bent back and was snapped to the ground on itself. Then it came and took the awning off. Well, the thing was funny was right next to it passed the shed that really you could actually go out there and push it over. It's like that thing's still alive. It's still there. Well, okay. So we hope it survives too. We're supposed to get what I saw winds in the 30s and 40-mile-an-hour range with this southward shift tonight. So, but yeah, it's from where it does hit, it's going to be bad. So, like I said, thoughts and prayers for everybody out there. Sorry I spent so much time on hurricanes tonight. Didn't mean to. I actually had the missus lined up tonight, but I'm going to have to probably end soon and head home. Because I am at the remote base tonight, but I think she needs me at home tonight, getting a few things done here ahead of the storm tomorrow. And, and we got a few things there tomorrow. So we'll be working from home tomorrow for the next few days before I get to go back to the land of Madison like I was a couple weeks ago. So, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap up. Sorry that it's an abbreviated show tonight. I don't have access to stuff from here with the missus down. I need to go check on her. Do plan on trying to catch her in the morning at 10 a.m. For your morning muses with Mrs. Dadman. Appreciate your support for her. Make sure you support her on Ko-Fi, one time or monthly donations, whichever, or help donate something on our Throne account for her streams to turn back into stuff. So she is planning on doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and I know on Thursday she has a stream at 5:00 where she putters in Fortnite. So I hope that y'all can do it. And yeah, thank you, Beefermo. I will let her know. She does a great job. I tell you, you guys have turned out. If you can be there in the morning, I've noticed I've not been able to be involved a lot lately, but I mean, 13 to 18 people usually a lot of times, 20-something votes. It's like a really good turnout and solid following in the mornings. Definitely great to see her with that. And so I appreciate everybody's support for her for that. So streams, like I said, for me are going to be inconsistent for a bit. Next week, I'm going to be on the road working again. We'd have to do things from the hotel. It depends on what's going on. And then we got a camping trip coming up in a few weeks. So yay, I'm ready for that, I think. So, all right, well, folks, we made 30 minutes. kind of consider this like a late night 30-minute news show. But hey, everybody, thank you for your thank you, B from O. That's really encouraging, especially these days. I appreciate it. Because we've slipped back to 664 subscribers. We even went past Putin's number downward. We got to get back up. Let's hit 700. But on that note, everybody have a great day. Snort Poopus, we're thoughts and prayers for you down there. And you have call me if you need me, message me, whatever we can do to help you. And y'all have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye, all.